Hello students, today we are going to study Science class 5 and today we are going to deal with chapter number 2, the skeletal system. So turn your textbook pages to page number 10. Today we are going to deal with the chapter the skeletal system. So all of you know that our body is basically made up of a framework. Framework means the outline on which the whole body is being made of. Okay, as you know, the skeletal is the framework of all the bones in our body. As you know that our body is made up of bones and muscles. So these bones form the framework, means the initial foundation structure. As you see, when the building is constructed, the rods are being implanted. Why so? So that the building should be standing still, straight, and the strength of the building can be increased. In the same way, the strength, the flexibility of our body is dependent upon the bones, because these bones provide the structure to our body. So the skeletal system, the human skeletal system consists of bones and forms the framework of our body. Okay, so the bones are forming the basic framework of our body. And what are the functions of our skeletal system? First, give structure to our body. Okay, all of you see whatever structure we are having. Okay, the tall, short, whatever kind of structure we are having is dependent upon this skeletal system. All our internal organs are being protected by the bones. Heart, brain, lungs. Okay, all these very delicate organs are being safeguarded by our bones. The movement of our body, okay, the flexibility of our body is because of this skeletal system. And because of this bones, the muscles are also moving together along with it, so that we can move easily from one place to another. And our bones also stores minerals like calciums. Okay, you might have observed basically in the aged peoples, many of them have the problem of joint pains. The doctor say them you have to intake more calcium. That means our bone internally contain minerals such as like calcium. So it is the storehouse of the many major minerals in our body. It produces blood cells, RBC, white WBC that you have just gone through in the first chapter. All these blood cells are being produced by the bones. Here come to the diagram, the skeletal system. Okay, as you see, basically it has been divided into two parts, upper limb and the lower limb. And the lower limb is also known as fibula. So the portion up to the back is upper limb, and the our legs portion is coming in the lower limb. Skull. Okay, this skull protect our brain. This pectoral girdle. Okay, this joint our hands to our body, and it's very important. Okay, as you know, the longest and the most complex structure in our body is the hand bones and the legs bones, and maximum number of bones are present over these two in our hands and in the legs. And this pectoral girdle is very important because it's a joint point of our hand to our body, and it allow our hand to move in different ways so that we are able to do different works with so conveniently. Rib cage. Okay, then the backbone. So backbone is very important because it protects our spinal cord. Okay, if the spinal cord won't be protected, then it can disrupt the passage of the transmission of message from the brain to the body and from the body to the brain. Now the pelvic girdle, it's another very important structure because it is protecting our kidneys, liver. Now the upper legs, femur. Okay, upper legs portion comes under the upper lower limb. Okay, so the another complex structure in our body, and the one structure that is having the maximum number of bones is the legs. Number one is hand, having the maximum number of bones, and number two, legs have the maximum number of bones. And these two structures, hands and the legs, they are making the movement, flexibility of the human beings very easy and convenient. As you all know, please come to next page, that is page number 11. All of you know that our human body contains 206 bones, and half of the bones are present in the arms and legs. The same thing I was telling you now, the maximum number of bones are present in the arms and our legs. Okay, a newborn baby has 300 bones and all together, and which fuse together later on to form 206 bones. Okay, when a baby got newborn, okay, newborn, the small baby, okay, they are also having 300 bones, and as the development and growth start taking place, these very bones fuse together and they form the 206 bones. Okay, so the human skeletal system, basic important structure is the skull, okay, rib cage, backbone, two pairs of limbs, that means hand and legs, and then the girdles, okay, the pectoral girdles and the pelvic girdles that you have seen here now. So it is saying that main portion is the skull because it's protecting our brain. Okay, then the rib cage, it's protecting our heart, lungs. Okay, then the backbone, protecting the spinal cord. These two girdle, pectoral and pelvic girdle. Okay, and then the pair of limbs, that's our hand and this leg portion. So first of all, we are going to deal with the skull. So what is the skull? A skull is very hard structure and it is protecting our bone. Okay, if our bone, if our brain won't be protected by the skull, then if we just fall down, if we get a little bit of an injury also, then our brain might get disturbed. That's why the brain has a natural helmet kind of thing that is known as the skull, and it is responsible for protecting our brain. And 22 bones are present in the skull. And the bones in the skull are fixed excepting one. Okay, as you speak, as you eat, you might have observed your lower jaw. Okay, your chin portion is moving up and down now, and that is helping out you to speak, eat. So only this very lower jaw in our whole skull portion is movable. That means it can move, and rest all are fixed. Okay, it enables us to eat and talk. And the skull has sockets and delicate organs. Like you just see in our skull, you can see the eyes. Our eyes are just as such, they are fixed in some socket. Okay, nose, ears, mouth, these very are the sockets present in our skull. Just come through this figure, skull. Here you can see hole for eye, hole for nose, okay, teeth, lower jaw. Only this lower jaw is movable. Okay, that because of this very lower jaw, we are able to eat and talk. Okay, there are the empty spacious sockets present. Sockets means empty spaces in our skulls. Okay, these are the empty spaces where the necessary organs are fitted on, so that we can see, we can smell, we can eat. Okay, now coming to the next, that is rib cage. So what is a rib cage? Rib cage is a frame of bones. Here you can see, this is the frame of bones. Okay, this frame of bones, that you just simply touch your chest. Okay, you will see a number of bones. Okay, so what is that? That is a rib cage, and in totality we have the 12 pairs of curved flat bones that we call as ribs. Okay, and its function is to protect our heart and lungs. Here, as you can see, first 12 curved bones, okay, these first 10 curved bones pair together to form the breastbone or sternum. Okay, here you can see these first 10 bones, ribs are joining together and they are forming the structure called the sternum. Okay, in front, and the vertebral column at the back. So vertebral column, the back portion of it is known as the vertebral column, and it protects our spinal cord. And remaining 2 pairs, okay, in totality 12 pairs are there. 10 pairs join to form the breastbone and the vertebral column, and the 2 pairs they fuse together to join together to form the vertebral columns, and they are known as the floating ribs. You can see these are the floating, in totality all these are the ribs. 10 are joining together to form the sternum and 2 are forming the floating ribs. Now coming back to backbone. So what is a backbone? Let's just touch the back portion of your back. Okay, in the middle portion you can feel that a long bone. Okay, that is a backbone. It's also known as spine or the vertebral column, and our skull is attached to this backbone, and the spinal cord is present inside this backbone. Okay, and the spinal cord performs the function of the transmission of informations from the skull to the whole body and from all body parts to the brain. Okay, backbone has the 33 small rings like bones. Here you can see in the figure. Okay, this is a ring like structure. What is the number? 33 small rings like structure are present. Okay, which is known as the vertebrae, and these bones help us in bending, twisting and turning, and it also support our head, neck and the body. You can see this is a connecting link between the skull to the whole body. It also support our neck portion, head portion and the whole body, because you can see we are able to stand straight, we are able to bend. Okay, we are able to perform different type of exercises, we are able to perform yogas and do different kind of activities in our day-to-day life because of this backbone, because of the flexibility of this backbone. Okay, if it's just remain stand still, then what is going to happen? If your backbone won't stop, if your backbone stop bending, then what is going to happen? If something fall down, you won't be able to pick up. Okay, so the flexibility of our body is depending upon this backbone. Now please turn to the page number 12. Here you can see girdles. Okay, so there are 2 girdles in humans: shoulder girdle or the pectoral or the pelvic or the hip girdle. Okay, you can see here, this is the shoulder girdle and this is the hip girdle. So the shoulder girdle connects our 4 limbs. Okay, this shoulder girdle connects our 4 limbs to our upper part of the body. Okay, it is connecting the hands to the body. Okay, and it supports the bones of the arms. And this very girdle, the joint section of the hand to the upper part of our body, is very important because it helps in supporting our arms. And the hip girdle, this girdle connects spine with the hind limbs. Okay, it connects the legs with the spine. Okay, with the backbone, and it protects the organs like kidney and the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is the organ where the whole waste is collected from our body and it is being dumped in the urinary bladder. Now femur, the lower thigh bone is the longest bone in our body. Okay, this femur, as I just told you, the bones of our legs, thigh. Okay, the upper portion of your legs is the one of the longest bone in our body. Okay, and you are supposed to find out the name of the smallest bone in our body. As you see, the bones are so light weighted that 14% of our total body weight is of bones. Okay, whatever is your weight, okay, whether it's 70 kg, 80 kg, 60 kg, 40 kg, the 14% of the weight is of bones. Only 14%. Okay, now come to the structure of a bone. The outer layer of a bone is very, very strong and hard. As you just see bones, okay, what is happening? The outer structure is very hard, but the inner portion is very soft. Slightly jelly like structure is there, that is known as the bone marrow. Okay, and new blood cells are formed here. As here you can see the structure of a bone. In the structure of bone, you can easily see the outer layer is very hard and the inner layer is very soft. Okay, this is the sponge bone, this is the compact bone, this is the cartilage, red bone marrow, blood vessels, yellow bone marrows. Okay, so these bone marrows are jelly-like substances. Okay, these are present in the center of the bone and new blood cells are formed here. So whatever portion I have underlined, that are very important. Okay, and I just request you people to just note it down in your copies, in your classwork copies, and learn these very portions. Okay, fine. And now it's time to give you assignments. So for this very whatever portion that I have taught, for that very thing you have to do a very simple assignment, that is turn your pages to page number 13. Here time to recall is given. There's a fill in the blanks, only 6 fill in the blanks are given over there. You are supposed to answer it. Okay, you can do this very thing in your book itself. Thank you.